An exciting new thriller is sure to have you on the edge of your seat.
Yes, we are joined now by Daryl McCormick and Ruth Wilson to learn more about the new series, The Woman in the Wall.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. Ruth, before we get to the business at hand, the first season of Luther, when you were so amazing in that. I was like transfixed to it, and I have watched every single thing that you've been in since. I am a huge fan. Huge fan.
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, prepare to be scared again.
Guys, so this story, for folks that don't know, goes back to what they call these Magdalene laundries, which have a sordid history. I'm curious from both of you, as you read this script and all the twists and turns, what was going through your mind?
I mean, for me, it was the most surprising script that had landed on my desk for a long time. It was so unusual, but I knew that at the heart of it was this really important story and that needs to get out there. The survivors of these Magdalene laundries and these mother and baby homes are still there trying to get their voice heard. So I felt like this isn't a story that's told much. Lots of people outside of Ireland don't really know about these laundries. So that was at the heart of why I took it. I mean, the character on top of that is brilliant and odd and strange and complicated, and then the storyline, the plot line is really surprising and unusual. So I felt this has got everything for a great show.
So now, Daryl, you guys have 6 episodes to tell this story. Are you at all surprised by the way the story flows? Because it just seems like you don't have a lot of time to get this story in. Is there anything that you're like, ooh?
There's a lot covered within the 6 episodes because it brings you back towards Lorna's history, and there's flashbacks where it flashes back to her being a 16-year-old girl where she's giving birth. And then on top of that, you have Coleman, who is a detective who is trying to basically solve this case. And he has also been wrapped up in the mother and baby homes in that he was a child that was born out of them. So for him, he's also drawn into flashbacks of a past that he's not really willing to look at. But I mean, our writer Joe has done that through a mashup of genres and a style that really allows for all of these things to exist at one time. So hopefully people tune in and we'll get to see that.
So the show takes place in a fictional Irish town. Daryl, you grew up in Ireland. Scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate Ruth's Irish accent and compare it? How do you rate the average American's Irish accent?
Ruth did a flawless job.
Yeah.
She honestly did a flawless job, and it's really one of those accents that is difficult, and a lot of actors don't really get it right, but Ruth managed to really just do it seamlessly, which is amazing as well because it's such a story that is close to Irish people's hearts, and for an actor to come in there and to really take that on their shoulders and just, you know, I mean, it's a testament also to Ruth's. Yeah, absolutely. I've been a fan of Ruth for a long time. I
actually used this brilliant woman called Cora Staunton, who is a GA Celtic football player.
Oh.
And she's got this amazing accent and voice that she comes from the west of Ireland. And I decided to use her as my inspiration because it's also a quality of voice that she had, which I felt represented Lorna a bit. It's kind of, you know, there's a deepness and a gravelness, and it hangs in the back of the throat, which I felt was kind of representative in a way of, I don't know, what she'd been through.
It was one of the things that stuck out to me about how authentic. I'd even look up like, wait, did she grow up in Ireland? Because it's so good. And yes, Americans, we do the worst Irish accents in the world. The show is called Woman in the Walls. It's on Paramount Plus tomorrow and then on Showtime later in the week. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.